How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleKraft. Welcome back. We're transforming more Stronghold. In this one, we're taking on the library. Now, this is definitely my favorite room that we've transformed so far. We're not just doing one library. We're going to do both the small library and the grand library. That's what they label them as, and that's what we're really going to transform them into. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite transformation we've done in this series. If you haven't seen the rest of the series, make sure to check that out. There's a card up in the top right. But this one is awesome. Let me know what you think of it after you watch the video. And now it's time to get to it. First things first, you'll see for me, you have to do some paths outside the library, connect up with that. That's all part of the process. We've been working on that, just transforming the environment, the entire stronghold. Now, once you find a library, we can get started. We got to remove a ton of stuff all spread throughout. There's cobwebs this time, along with the dirty blocks, but we're also going to clear out these bookcases. We're going to rearrange them in the back. So do a row of 6, 2 times in the back there. You'll see that on screen, and then we're going to plug these ones back one. We need some depth in this wall. I'm also getting rid of the planks. They don't look supportive enough, so we put in logs instead. So we did that multiple times on all these different rows. Put in those logs, put in the bookcase, dropped one back. Came around to the front here. You want to center this door. It spawned not center. That was driving me insane. So make sure you center it. I did a 4 wide. Continue moving those bookcases one back. Put the logs in. I cleaned up more blocks as you see, and then I dropped all the bookcases back. So it looks better already once you do this. Create some much needed depth in the room and looks good to start off our transformation. Now it's time for a new ceiling. This ceiling looks terrible. It's a straight block of stone bricks. So you'll see I put some rounded posts there. You see the logs come out on top of the stairs and then stair pattern following up. It's a bit hard to explain, reference the video for this one, but you can see the pattern I'm going with. Putting those stairs, adding the log on top, and then putting in more stairs to round the edges. Now we want to change out that back wall. I switched it up a little bit. I'll show you in just a moment. Here's those stair trim getting added in around the top now. You can see it's a trim. It looks good. And then I followed through on the other parts where they're necessary. We finished up that back wall, so I'll show you it now. You can see on the back wall, we just extended some logs out, dug a little hole out the wall, just so we could add another bookcase out the back here. Want to keep that going, keep that theme going that we established already. Clean up the blocks, it looks good straight away. And then we added our lighting on the logs. We got to have that light in. It's the same light we've done on the entire build. Make sure you follow that log all the way down so it doesn't run into stone bricks. It runs into that glowstone at the edge. It looks good. It looks like it's following suit. You got to make sure you do that with your blocks. Lighting looks good. So yes, now coming back out, we can add in more of the ceiling, get it locked in. So I did a trim of stone slabs. You'll kind of notice that I go back and forth between stone slabs and stone bricks, just to break it up, different textures. And then we added in this cool detail with lighting. Stone brick stairs extending out, glowstone up top, and glass underneath. And then I broke it up a little bit with some stone slabs. Now stone slabs on that back bookcase, and then we're going to put in this little depth shape down here. You'll see I continued to add in those lights in the back, but we're going to add this little space that drops down just to add some shape into the room on the floor as well. We don't want that straight stone slabs extending throughout the entire floor. So that's what I did. I broke out this area, put some carpet in. Red carpet looks good for the library, then put in some oak stairs for the chairs and item frames for the arms of it. This looks great. We now have seating areas for our library. I added in more chairs spread throughout, not symmetrical, just to break it up because we don't want a completely symmetrical build at all time. And those chairs in different places give it more of a comfy feel, a more real feel. Look at how good that room looks. Ooh. Finally, I put some glowstone in the back of those corners of the carpet just to get some light on that bookcase. I put carpets on top of that too, just to cover it up so it looks more clean. And that's it for the small library. Looking real good. I love it. Now again, more structure renovation on the actual stronghold for me. I did a whole bunch of clearing. You'll have to clear huge areas just to connect up the different parts. Keep it structured, keep it established, but in our theme. Looking sweet. And then I got to this sneaky room right here, hidden off in the corner. The Grand Library. Much larger library. We're going to make this one amazing. I can't even explain how much I love how this one turned out. So let's jump to it. First things first, of course, we got to clear stuff out, clear out those cobwebs, and then I also clear out all the bookcases once again. I make that wall entrance a larger size so it's not that small door. Now that we have a bit more room, we can get to it. Follow suit on all the corners with those oak, just to give that different shape. And then I put oak logs extending up for some structure. I wanted to give this room more shape. I didn't want just a rectangle for this one. So you'll see what we did right here. It turned out sweet. We put a little bit of edges, corners in with books. So you'll see that's continued throughout the rest of the build. We got that set in, and then I dropped another bookcase on this back wall. Look at how much more room we already have. It's turning into a grand library just from the start. And we're going to continue that same shape all the way around. Make the entire room in that sweet looking shape we just developed. So you'll see I just did that back left corner. We do the same thing on this back wall, just following shape, looking good. Continuing with our design that we just established with the oak logs and the bookcases spread throughout. And then we're just going to loop that around the entire build. I actually put it in the wrong place here. You'll do that occasionally. Just match up in the right spot. Look at it already. Look at the extension. Look at the change already. Amazing. Just a few moments. So let's keep that going. I had to do this back wall now. Start on the right side. I actually think I lined it up. Yep, lined it up wrong again. So make sure you line those up. It'll save you time breaking up the bookcases. Then we get that back wall. You know, you have to clear out some blocks. Extend that space, make it look good. In this back right corner, you'll see the original ladder. We're switching out the bookcases for oak planks there and putting ladders up so we can get up to that balcony. Back right corner. And now, just guess what we're doing here. This has got to be my favorite part of the entire build. Lining it up and digging out the upper top. Why? Because we're going to match it up and extend that bookcase up. So remove all those blocks all around and then put that bookcase wall all the way up. We turn this room into an actual grand library. Grand is the key word. So I put this railing here too, and you'll see there's a gap between the railing and the bookcases, so it's that full wall of books. How epic does that look? I love it. That's the look we're going for. We got to match it up throughout the rest of the build here, so we're continuing those same patterns, adding them in, fitting them into the build, making it look amazing. So we set it in on those top floor small walls too. Loop back around to the back right corner, and this is a cool view of it all. We're completely demolishing, expanding this into an amazing, epic, grand build. I really want to clarify that was the ultimate goal of my transformation of the grand library. You know, we have the smaller one, but this is the grand library. We had to make it epic. So that's what I did. I gave it a lot more room, a huge atmosphere, an amazing look and feel, just to create that grand vibe that we wanted to establish. Adding that railing on the back left that separates it, and then coming across and finishing the ladders up so we can actually get up here. Fully locking that design in on that top back small wall. Setting it in, putting the railing on this back one because we can, and it looks so very cool. And then we're going to jump into the ceiling because again, we got to make this ceiling amazing. So this is what I went with. You can see, look at the stairs and which way they're facing. They're on the 4th block on that upper level, so make sure you follow suit there. And now I'm going to do a cool detail here. We're going to extend glowstone up by 2 blocks, then put glass underneath, and then a slab out in front of it. And we're going to reflect that detail throughout the entire build, just to give it some cool look, a cool shape, and bring that lighting from the top down onto the books. So here we go. Huge transformation here, and that's what I'm doing. You'll see I reflect that on every single corner. I add in some more details. This is me figuring out the ceiling. So you'll see those stone brick stairs upside down. We'll add those in a little bit. Don't you worry about it. We're clearing out areas as well. You'll see the stone slabs that just dropped in. But there we go, glowstone, putting it on the left side now. Adding in the glass, following suit, making sure we match it up. Doing it on that back wall, it looks good. Again, gets the light down on the bookcases. And then we put in this stone slab ring. That's what we were going for. You know, we got to break it up. Again, separate the stone slab texture and the stone brick texture. So we lock those in. And then cleared out the final ceiling and what was stone slabs on the top. So it all condenses into the middle. It looks sharp and it's a lot more locked in. Finally, the chandelier. That one's tough to explain. You'll just have to check it out. A spiral pattern up. It looks real cool. So here's the corners. I just want you to be able to see the corners. We stacked them in with stone slabs to lock it up. Now you'll see I just did simple matching oak fence posts for the rest of the balcony railing. Keeps the original theme, looks good. In all the corners I added some glowstone, and then I went around and added trapdoors on top of that, looking good. This is the wall above the entrance, so we had to do a little special detail here. We couldn't have the railing separated by a gap, it just had to be locked in. And then we come back down, and look how epic it already looks. You'll see I transferred out some blocks, cleaned it up, and then once again we're dropping in that lower level to give it some depth in the floor. And this turned out so sweet, this entire room. I mean, I've said that a couple times now. Hopefully you agree because it really does look cool to me. So we dug out that floor, we added in a large section of red carpet, looks very sharp against the bookcases, and then we really had to bring the lighting to life. So stone bricks underneath those bookcases, and then we did our theme lights once again. Glowstone down low and the glass on top of it. It brings the light right up onto the bookcases. You can really see it come to life on that back wall when we add it in. It looks so sweet, so sharp, and brings the light right in. Finally, we finished up the middle piece. 2 couches and a smaller couch, a little table that's set in. It looks real cool. And then we trimmed the balcony with oak stair slabs. Oh, and by the way, item frames on those chairs to give it some arms. You know, it's got to be comfy. And look at that entire room. Look at it. Unbelievable. Right here, I cleaned up that front entrance just a little bit. I ended up really wanting to leave this long tunnel in, just to build up the vibe of it being a grand room. You know, it has a huge tunnel leading up to it. So I did some stuff, but I ended up just doing our themed lights right across in the back. And then 2 final details. Put wood trapdoors on those glowstones just to make it look cleaner. And then I did this line of stairs, upside down, facing with the low side facing inwards, just to round out the pattern so it wasn't too flat. And it turned out amazing. Look at this final look. That's the grand library locked in. We have to have this cool fly in here. Let's check it out together. entering through this grand feeling tunnel. Gets it started. I love that feel straight away. And then we enter into the grand library. Look at that view. Look at how it looks. Look at that build. I'm running out of words. It looks incredible. Hopefully I'm not just lying to myself and you think it looks grand too. But it really does. It has that grand vibe. An incredible looking build brought together in our Minecraft Stronghold transformation. And so, yes, that's the room locked in, looking sharp. Your stronghold just became an epic grand library. Look at this first person view. Look at the ceiling attached in. Do you remember that room before? Let's take a look back. Well, first look, here's the before of the small library. I mean, you can't even move around, let alone have a good looking room. So look, there it is, looking great, right? Nope. And here you go now, perfectly good looking small library. It really is, put together real well. It's actually a small library, you know? We got plenty of room to walk through, pick out our books, but it's a small size. It's not grand, it's not supposed to be grand. It looks real good. I love how it turned out. I love the libraries. And now check it out, this is the grand library. This is grand. Look, even the Enderman is upset with it. That's not grand. You have to come through this door, you can't even walk around, it's terrible. I mean, fly up a little bit, look at that. Now let's pop back, let's look at it now. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look at this. The library transformation is complete, and it is grand. Again, hopefully you all like how it turned out as well. Let me know in the comments if you did. And yeah, there's not much else to say. I could just hang out in this room all the time. Look at this room. I love it. Alright, that's enough of that. But yep, libraries are complete. But that's it for this one. Thanks for coming.